June 25th, 2025. Um, my first thought coming into the day was that yesterday the trading range started right here, 40, 41, 42. We got three legs down. Usually, when you get a complex pullback, that's the start of the trading range, regardless of if it keeps going up. So, this was the bull trend. You can see, you could argue this was kind of a complex pullback, but it really wasn't that good. It was more sideways to up. And then we got three clear legs down. So, to me, this is going to be a target. The bar 48 close, it's a leg three. You don't want to sell 48. Um, the bar 48 close is going to be a target for later in the day or for the next day. And you can see we obviously did reach it. Probably should get one tick below it, and we did get one tick below it. The all-time high, I believe, is 6166.5 on my chart. I know, depending on what broker you have, it could be a little different, but it's somewhere in the 6165, 6166 area. So you have to keep that in mind coming into the day. You can see we have three or four legs up in the channel, so probably going to be starting a trading range. Not great to be buying bars 1 and 2, 3, 4, and 5, three strong bear bars, but I do not trade before bar 7. It was okay to sell if you wanted to sell the close of 6. Basically, trading right before bar 7 is not great, but this is not the best bar, and you can bet against it getting follow through. And if it does get follow through, you're free to just exit the trade. So it makes a lot of sense. 7, 8, and 9 were pretty good. It's you could argue it's three bottoms, 1, 5, and 9, but it's only really two legs down for the bears. So I don't really want to sell the close of 9. Sorry. I want to sell the close of 9 for a third leg down. I got distracted. My cat looks like she was about to jump at my blinds. But okay to sell the close of 9, looking for a third leg down. 10, 11, 12, not great to get a micro channel against me right after I sell the close of this micro channel. But 10, 11, 12 is not the strongest 3-bar micro channel. It's rather weak. So I wasn't quite ready to exit after bar 12. I knew we could be some sort of second leg trap, but I was still willing to try and catch the full profit target after the close of 12. But then when we got 13, I just exited. 14 and 15 did not reach 0.5 R, which is where you typically look to take a half an R profit after a signal against you, rather than a full R. So I was still going for the full R after bar 12 because 10, 11, 12 isn't all that great, and sometimes 13 will be a pretty big bear bar. So I wanted to see what 13 would look like. But when 13 was a 4-bar micro channel, there's going to be buyers below 13 after a 4-bar micro channel. And it wasn't really worth it for me to try and make a couple of dollars and hold for the half an hour rather than just get out of the market, because you're risking this, right? You didn't get the half an hour, and then you got the large second leg up, and then you probably got out somewhere in here if you took the half an hour, which is what you're supposed to do after that, if you did hold. And you probably broke about even on the trade, and I took a very small loss, but I'd just rather reduce my risk and not try and hold through these two legs up, because it's difficult to hold after 15. It's possibly a second leg trap. It's a big bar, and 16 would make you confident it's a second leg trap. But it's difficult to hold as 15 is forming. So for me, I just got out and took a very small loss. 16, a big bar. You're low 2, double top, whatever you want to call it. It's a sell signal at the top of a trading range, and it gets follow through. So it's a reversal and follow through at the top of a trading range. Disappointing buy signal on 18, so you could sell the close of 18, looking to scale in higher if it goes higher. And then obviously we go 19, 20, and we go lower. 16 through 23 is a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8-bar micro channel for the bears. So I don't really want to buy against an 8-bar micro channel. There's very, very high probability there's sellers above 23. You could sell the close of 23, sell a little more higher if you got filled on anything, and then obviously 25 reaches that target, and that's your profit bar right there. You sell the close of 23. You're expecting we get at least one tick below 21, since that's the bottom of the 8-bar micro channel. You take profits at some point during 25, maybe an average bar range, maybe a measured move down to 23, something in that area. We had 4 legs up: 1, pullback 2, pullback 3, pullback 4, and then a reversal down, 34. It's a tight trading range, but it is 4 legs up, and I thought you could sell 36. I did not. It was so small and in such a tight range that I decided to leave it alone. After 37, I thought I would try and sell above a bull bar if I could for the second leg down, and it obviously did not trigger on 38. and then we reached the 1R target on 40, so I never got filled. But I tried to sell one tick above 39. It was never filled, as I said. And you can see here, we reached that target, but it's still 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 7-bar micro channel. So it's not surprising there's sellers above on 41. And then the bears get another leg down. So they break the trend line of the micro channel, get one more leg down. It's 3 legs down total. It's reasonable to think we're going to reverse. It's also, I think this is the right area to reverse. To me, this does not look like a bear trend. This looks like a leg in a trading range. Trends, usually have a little bit more energy and a little bit of a stronger move. It does look somewhat similar to yesterday, I will say, but it's not high probability at the close of bar, 22, 23. It's not high probability that this is going to be a big bull trend. It's lower probability. If you suspected it might be a bull trend after this, you were right. Yesterday, I bought the close of 24, got the second leg, bought the close of 51, got 1R. So I had 2 good trades yesterday. But it ended up becoming a bull trend, and there were clues like the open gaps, but it's not necessarily high probability is the thing you have to keep in mind. If you ever, and something that I got tripped up on for a lot of years was I felt like I would think everything's a bull trend day, and then every once in a while I would be right. And so one of the ways that I proved to myself that they're not that common and that I was thinking incorrectly was anytime I suspected it might be a bull trend day, anytime I had an inkling in my head, hey, this could be a bull trend day, I just write it down. Just write it down on a sheet of paper or in your notes, whatever. Write down, it could be a bull trend day today. And then see how often you're right. Because you're probably going to be right 20 to 30% of the time, which is about how often some sort of trend occurs. Probably closer to 20% of the time. But you're going to end up thinking it's a trend far more often than it is, which is fine. I think that it's really hard to predict a 20% event. Anyways, speaking of which, so I thought this was the bottom of the trading range, since I mentioned early in the day that I thought we'd be going into this area. 45, 46, and 47, 3 strong bull bars. Good for the bulls. I did buy the close of 47 and scale in and get stopped out. That was a full loss for me. 45 through 47, yes, you could be buying high in a trading range, but those are great bars. That's it. I gave it an 85%, a conservative 85% on the 10 plus 2. So I'm going to take that 100 times out of 100, and you're just going to get trapped sometimes when you get a 85%, 90%, 10 plus 2. It's going to 10% of the time it's going to go against you, and that's fine. As far as the full losses are concerned, I think in April, I believe, when I was starting the system, I think I took 15 full losses. In May, I think it was like 10 or 11, and this month it's been 2. And this was one of them. One of them was early in the month, and I wasn't really even, I didn't really even have to take it. It was a mistake that I made, but I did take a full loss early in the month. I think it was like the 3rd of the month. And then this is the other full loss I took. According to, my study, I should be taking 1 to 2 full losses a month. So this is about on par with what I was expecting. So I did scale in I took all 4 scale-ins and looked for a symmetrical second leg. After 49, I wanted half an R. So 49 is a 1 bar surprise against me. So I looked for a 0.5 R bounce somewhere into this area. You get that 89% of the time when you have all of the 3-bar micro channels that do not get immediate follow through. You get that 89% of the time. Of the 3-bar micro channel that does get immediate follow through, you get a half an R, bar to let you break even 96% of the time. So even after 49, I still assumed most likely I would get some sort of bar to let me out around break even. And then obviously I got stopped out on bar 51. And it's still likely that we bounce back to the 47 low, even when we're doing this, just because this is too strong to be a big bear trend. This doesn't happen in big bear trends. The problem, you could argue, with the trade, let me pull up the 15-minute. Problem with the trade was the 4-bar micro channel against it on the 15-minute chart. I did make a video and a bunch of slides recently yesterday. In fact, I released a video about higher time frame parabolic wedges. Parabolic wedges are higher time frame breakouts, but I thought this was like leg 4. This might be a new breakout, so it's maybe leg 3. So even though it was a 4-bar micro channel on the 15-minute, I was expecting a pullback and then a bounce basically to let me out. But I did not end up getting said bounce. And then I did not do anything through here, and I just basically closed my chart on bar 65. So I was not around for 67, but very okay to buy the close of 67. 47 is a clear magnet above, and it's a trading range. So the traders who bought that close and relentlessly scaled in should have been let out. The daily chart. Still probably the top of a channel. You can see still towards the top of the channel. We're probably going to go to the all-time high pretty soon here, but 3-bar micro channel. Expecting, it's in the channel phase, right? So this whole thing is a bull channel. So to me, we should go higher, but we could pull back and then get another leg up from the channel. The weekly chart doesn't really matter yet. Talk about it tomorrow. Monthly chart, I thought we were going back here. Still not convinced we won't, but the bulls are making a good case for we don't need to go retest the April high. That is basically it for the video. Is there anything else I wanted to go over? No, that's pretty much everything I wanted to go over. Sorry, that's the video.